So yesterday we kind of had like a sheet. You weren't like hung up on trying to get what they do, like finals and whatnot, skipping and all those good things. The topic is soil. Um, Kind of one of the connections, like there's always got to be like in environmental science, we're looking at a couple of different things. All right. So if our topic is soil, some of it really, even though the topic may change, some of these underlining themes of you know impacts on the environment, you know, like human impact, the environment. These are themes that we've always got to come back to. All right. So it's kind of you got to kind of it's more than just oh it's dirt. You plant seeds in it and something grows. It's a little more involved than that. And the approach that I want to take is going to be it's a little of a flip with this to try to kind of bring some of these ideas together. I I anybody in here like history? Do you?
Yeah, it's like Aegis class.
Oh, but is it because you like history or is it because it's easy?
Because it's easy.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of never was. History just was not content that I really ever connected to. There's things that interest me, like oh, this happened or that happened. It just became so many like dates and names and it's just kind of hard for me to kind of remember. So I apologize in advance when this slide kind of looks like a history slide. Okay, I'm not going to ask you about the dates. I'm not going to ask you about what was that date called. I want to kind of just we're going to kind of I want to kind of connect you to this event. Long before any of us, even me, was around, back in 1935, there was a dust bowl that hit so hard, lasted so long, impacted so many people, that they go back and think about the day that it happened and they call it Black Sunday. A massive dust storm, hundreds of miles wide, and it created this perpetual, ongoing catastrophe. It's a little, I I make connections to this because okay, let's take a pause from this for a second. How would you guys describe your school experience over the last 18 months, year and a half? Is it same old, same old?
Yeah.
Huh? Has all of it been pleasant? Why? We've been in and out. Like last year, how did we start school last year? Do you guys remember our purple gold days and how confusing all that was? And then something happens and then boom, we're on NTI for a couple of weeks. And then prior to that, we're at school and then all of a sudden we're not in school. And I'll be the first. I would say there's a lot of teachers. I'm not the only teacher. I'll be the first teacher to tell you the honest truth. I kind of enjoyed being out last Thursday and Friday. It's kind of nice to have a break. When we first shut down school in the state of Kentucky, everybody went on NTI. The thought in my mind was, oh wow, this is gonna be nice. A little bit of a break in school. It wasn't. It wasn't for me. It was a headache. I'm tired of being at the house. Everything's closed. Man, I just wish I could get a Big Mac and just, go back to some kind of, and we kept on hearing these words like the new normal, like the governor called thing, this is just, I'm making this connection because this is something you live. Something outside of your control that impacted your day-to-day life. Now I think we've made some progress and trying to get back into what might be a routine, but I'm almost to the point I don't like watching the news or hearing reports about how many sick people there are today. It's not that I don't care. It wears on us. It beats us down a little bit. I'm saying all this because this is something similar. It wasn't a virus pandemic, but it was a pandemic. Okay? It changed how people live. It wasn't a short-lived, this is going to be how things are for a month or 2 months. This lasted 10 years. 10 years. That would be almost, like kids starting school now, they'd be your age by the time it was over. What's a drought? I just want to reiterate a few things that we've kind of talked about before.
Do we write that?
Not exactly. Okay. If you's going to take notes on anything, I want you to kind of hit the things that I've highlighted or underlined. We're talking about the Dust Bowl. It was a decade-long drought. I'm not really concerned about if you want to put that it was 1935. 45 you can. And it didn't happen that far from us, from this area. It affected 27 states. But going back to what's a drought? What does that mean? No, like no rain, no water. All right. The one bullet point that I want you to really, really get is this last one. That people, humans at the top, actually made everything worse. 10 years without rain is bad enough. But no rain and what human impact, kind of made this a catastrophe. Has anybody ever heard about the Dust Bowl before? To be honest, when I was your age, I probably never heard of it. Yeah, it just, all right. Now, what I want to do is, I think sometimes understanding this event is a little bit better visually. All right, it's a very short, it's like 4 to 5 minutes, but for you to kind of get the scope, the breadth, the ginormous, you kind of have to see. All right, kind of have to see. All right, so take a pause from your Chromebooks. All right, take a pause from, I want you to kind of, there's a person making the video, the director, there's an author that wrote about it, but they also interviewed people that lived through it. And I think some of the stuff we can make some comparisons.
Was this in America?
It was. Like Kansas, Oklahoma.
So this is not like the thing, like where there's like no potatoes in Ireland?
I think it's on that level. Like the potato famine you're talking about? Yeah, I think it's on that level.
Was this around the same time?
I'm not sure the time frame of the famine. Do you know when it was?
I just know it was a while ago, like
Yeah.
24 hours more.
Well, right, and that's what this is here. It's only 5 minutes, almost 6.
We lost to the start, I'd like to see